Well, while campaigning in South Carolina in 2019, Joe Biden went to Mass, as he does every Sunday. But he was not allowed to receive the Holy Communion at St Anthony's Catholic Church. The parish priest, Father Robert Morey, later explained that he had to refuse Mr Biden because any public figure who advocates for abortion places himself or herself outside of church teaching. Now, many American bishops want to formalise this sort of action and make it church policy to deny communion to Catholic politicians who support abortion. Mr Biden is only the second Catholic president after John F. Kennedy. Like some other recent presidents, such as George W. Bush, he is deeply religious. He attends Mass regularly and even considered the priesthood. 2/3 of American Catholics think Mr Biden should be allowed to receive communion, according to a poll by Pew Research. The vote shows the gap between church hierarchy and the flock. Meanwhile, politicians who favour the death penalty face no such sanction from the Catholic Church and continue to receive communion. This is despite the Catholic Church being resolutely opposed to the death penalty. Pope Francis has said publicly he wants it abolished. In my view, the American Catholic Church has allowed itself to be wrapped up in the political culture wars, in which the Republican Party has weaponized issues like abortion. The Catholic Church is not about to shame Mr Biden into reversing his stance. And in my view, they should no longer deny him communion or anyone else who supports abortion. For the record, I also think they should not deny communion to anyone who supports the death penalty. Thankfully, some sense appeared to prevail this week when the local church that Biden frequents in Washington, D.C. announced that President Biden won't be denied communion, at least in that church. Pope Francis has also issued a letter to the American bishops telling them to back off, which they so far seem to have ignored. The US Conference of Catholic Bishops is due to meet in November and decide on this issue once and for all. For its own good, the American Catholic Church would be better off if the bishops stopped trying to use the Eucharist as a punishment and, frankly, kept church and politics as far apart as possible.